Hi, this is Derek Murphy from creativity.com. I'm making this video to talk about mailing providers or subscription providers. Basically, when you start a business, whether you're an author, an artist, entrepreneur, you need some kind of a system to send out lots of emails to lots of people. So when people sign up to your list, when you have updates, you can send them an email. It's also important to get a service that has an autoresponder capability, which just means if they sign up, you can send them a welcome email, you can send them like an onboarding process. They'll probably sign up for free things, a free offer, a free book or something, unless like they already love you and they're signing up for updates, but that's pretty rare. Usually a new lead, a new person on your email list maybe doesn't know you very well. So it's your job to build trust and build that relationship. You can do that by driving engagement, asking questions, usually putting out a lot of value. I give away just tons of free value to teach everything I think authors or the people signing up to my list are interested in or want to learn. So that kind of slowly introduces them to me and establishes myself as someone who knows, what's going on in regards to publishing or book marketing, and also just kind of starts a relationship so that later, hopefully, if I do have something bigger going on or an offer or an event or something, I can share with them and they'll open the email and click the links. That's kind of the goal, because even my email list is like 25,000 and I can only get maybe 1,000 clicks. So I get maybe 5,000 people to open my email and 1,000 people click on a link, which is not bad, but I hear people talking about like how having an email list is useless because open rates are really low, but they may have like 1,000 people on their list and they only get 10 clicks. So they think it's a waste to have so many people on your list. But actually, if you build a much bigger list, like if I have 25,000, if I can get 1,000 clicks, if I have a new book out and I can get 1,000 sales in a day, my book will be at the top of Amazon. That's a great launch. And I can only do that because I've been building this list for a long time. And I grow it aggressively by doing a lot of there's things you can do. There's ways to grow your list, especially if you're an author. Most people just have a book and they'll put a link at the end to sign up to their opt-in afterwards. I build my list before I launch a book by doing book giveaways or partnering with other authors in my genre or writing the kind of blog posts that get a lot of traffic, which just makes it easier to launch a book really well. But even if you're not an author, if you're trying to launch a new business or a service, building a big list quickly is very effective, because if you build a list, especially if you set it up the right way, so they sign up for the free thing, then you put them through an introduction series or a free challenge, and then an offer series like a sales funnel for your course or your book or whatever. It can be a very, very effective way of marketing, and it's also automatic. So if you set it all up, especially for me because I'm more of an introvert, I don't like selling, I don't like talking about my own stuff, but I can set up a series so that people find me on autopilot, they sign up for my list, they go through my sales funnel, they learn from me, and they may buy a course or a book or something, but I'm not actively selling, so I can actually focus on my own projects or my writing and not worry about how my business is going, because it's kind of robotic, it's going by itself. So that was kind of a long-winded introduction to how I use email, but the reason I'm making this video is I just set up a blog post about why I'm using Mailchimp, why I don't think Mailchimp is really the best provider, but I still recommend it for people who are starting out because I think it's easier and it's cheaper until you figure out what you're doing. But then when you have a big email list, Mailchimp gets clunky and hard to use and confusing. It doesn't have most of the advanced features that some other email providers do have. So the other one I mentioned is ConvertKit. ConvertKit's set up by Nathan Barry. It's a simpler system in some sense that you can't like design everything the way you want it, but it's also more effective because it focuses on simple text emails. They have sequences you can follow. They have a lot of functionality that's missing from Mailchimp, like people who don't open your email, you can resend to those people pretty easily. I haven't used ConvertKit, but I kind of feel like eventually I will, because I know there's a lot more power. And if you have a big list and you're running an online business, getting more conversion, getting more clicks, getting more sales, all of that can make a big difference in the amount of money you're making. So having the right email subscription provider can be really important. And the last one I mentioned is Drip, which I don't know as much about, except that I know it is very powerful. People like it a lot. but I think it's more for a bigger business that has lots of products. So if you're just starting out, if you're an author, if you have a small business, I think Mailchimp is fine to start with. It's free for the first 2,000 users, but then it can get messy later. So if you're planning on growing fast and starting a big business, you may want to check out the other ones and just start with them and go through the learning curve, because in the future, when you are much bigger, you won't be in the position that I'm in, where I'm kind of stuck with Mailchimp because I'm comfortable with it, even though I'm probably losing money because I'm not using something that works better. So I've also set up something I've been starting to do is do a lot of online courses. So I've set up an online course about using email to do your marketing, whether you're an author, an artist, or an entrepreneur. I'm going to set that up and I'm going to make it free for anybody who joins Mailchimp, ConvertKit, or Drip with my affiliate link. So I have a blog post on creativity.com about that with those links. Basically, I get a little bit of a cut if you sign up with those providers, which just means because my list is really big, I have to pay monthly fees for my list. But if I get other people to sign up with the services, that takes down my cost because I earn a little bit of money. So I'm trying to get people to join the list that I recommend by being helpful and also incentivizing by giving this free course on email marketing so that you can hit the ground running and really build your list the right way and start making money quickly. So that offers at creativity.com. I'll put this video in the blog post and link to it. And it's kind of an experiment to see how it happens. But I think if I get 50 or 100 people to sign up, if you're already looking for a Mailchimp an email provider, or you're switching from Mailchimp to ConvertKit or something more advanced and more powerful, if I can get some people to sign up with my links, then that'll cut down my costs. And I prefer not to. I have a really big list, and even though maybe like 80% of the people on my list don't open all my emails, sometimes they do. And every time I try to cut it down and say, I have to cut my costs, I have to get rid of some people, I always accidentally delete some people that wanted to be on my list. They just weren't engaged very often. And I don't really, if I don't have to delete those people, I'd rather just keep a big list because I like sharing useful and valuable content. I don't really want to have to exclude anybody. Anyway, so that's why I'm setting this up. And we'll see how it goes. Thanks. Bye-bye.